Intriguing tone. Every major headline for the last decade has called the Higgs boson the God particle, the final puzzle piece giving the universe its weight. But if we look at the mechanics of a common bathroom scale, that headline starts to fall apart. When you step on the scale and the dial spins, the machine is recording a specific physical reaction that the Higgs field simply cannot explain. To understand why, we separate mass, inertia, and weight. Here, mass is an invariant subatomic ID tag. Inertia is how hard it is to get that object moving. Weight is a constraint reaction, the downward pressure against the scale. Labeling the Higgs as the source of weight is a profound category error. It's the equivalent of looking at a paper map and assuming the ink is what created the physical mountains. We can prove this by isolating the environment while keeping your particles exactly the same. On Earth, the scale registers your baseline weight. But move that same scale and the same body to the surface of this gas giant, and the measurement changes instantly. Your subatomic mass label is identical in both places. Your Higgs couplings haven't shifted at all, yet the physical reaction, the weight, is vastly higher. Because weight fluctuates while your particles stay the same, weight is clearly an environmental reaction, not an intrinsic property. To find the source of that reaction, we have to look beyond the Higgs mechanism entirely. Energetic to see where the Higgs actually lives, we need to go down into the microscopic world where its effects are measured. Deep underground, particle accelerators use massive energy to force subatomic interactions. At detectors like CMS, physicists track things like Higgs charm couplings to see how particles acquire their mathematical mass labels. This is a form of cartography. The Higgs mechanism is a chart variable, a mathematical tool used to keep the equations of particle physics consistent. It explains the mass terms in a map, not the physical pole of the planet. There is a massive gap between a theoretical variable on a chalkboard and the everyday sensation of being pulled toward the center of the Earth. Collider data proves the Higgs mechanism is an elegant way to map particle interactions, but it lacks any mechanism to generate the physical weight we feel. If the Higgs is just a map, what is the actual territory? The TCGS framework offers a cosmic perspective. In this model, our observable universe is a shadow manifold, a three-dimensional projection cast by a deeper, static, four-dimensional counterspace. Gravity is the geometric response of the shadow, representing the 3D universe maintaining geometric consistency with that higher dimensional 4D source. When we return to the scale, weight takes on a new meaning. By standing still, your body is being held in a fixed position, preventing it from following the natural, warped geometry of the projection. Weight is the physical pushback, the friction, created when you are held still against the grain of the universe's shadow geometry. The rule governing this whole process is the extrinsic constitutive law, or the ECL. Think of the ECL as the universal translation code. It takes the information in the 4D counterspace and determines exactly how it should manifest as 3D physical behavior. What we call gravity is simply the observable face of this deeper constitutive rule. Because this 4D source is a single, static structure, the universe doesn't happen moment by moment. It exists as a completed block. Our perception of time is just a way to order these geometric layers, like page numbers in a book that is already finished. If the territory is static, then gravity cannot be a force moving us through time. It is a structural feature of our projection. To avoid these category errors in the future, check your level of reality. Are you looking at a mathematical variable in a map, like the Higgs, or a physical response in the shadow, like gravity? Next, distinguish the measurement. Are you calculating an invariant label for a particle or the physical reaction of a body under constraint? This is the true hierarchy. The 4D territory dictates the 3D shadow, and we write it all down on our particle maps. We live in a static 4D projection. Weight is the physical resistance of the shadow as you stand firm against its geometry.